Here we are with another Friday Live, April 24th, 2026. Hope everybody's doing amazing in this wonderful, crazy filled world. We got lots going on around the world. Lots going on. Let me do a sound check, make sure everything's okay here. Looks okay. So yeah, we have another overcast day. A little bit of cooler weather today, but still nice. Still nice. And hopefully get some sunshine happening. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? It's the Masterfast realm. The realm where everything's possible. We've seen things that most people will never see. Wonderful, wonderful times. Yeah. So we're getting almost into the May season. April showers bring May flowers, and around the corner we have summer. Time just flies by, the illusion of time. We keep track of that illusion of time. You know, sometimes I'm just oblivious to what time it is. I try not to pay attention too much, but we're so much in our routines. You know, we tend to know basically what the time is because of our routines, right? Our day-to-day routines. You know, so once we change those routines, we start master fasting, start changing our lifestyle. We have to get into the sway of things, get used to it, and everything becomes hunky-dory once we get into the swing of things for those few weeks. What do they say? If you do something for 30 days, it becomes a habit. So to break any old habits, we must do something new every day for 30 days to break old habits. But if we continue to do the new things, we're fine. If we go back to the old things, it's very easy to fall back into the old things. Very easy. So we have to maintain our discipline, right? Discipline, focus. We must always be focused and have discipline in everything we do. Today, people go onto their computers or phones and ask AI about everything in their lives. This is what I see that's happening, and it's going to get to the point where the human can no longer be capable of using the mind. Everything will be controlled by AI if we allow this to continue. And if we look at what's happening with all the infrastructure they're changing, building all kinds of these AI processing data plants, like these massive places that are using tons and tons of resources. It's this is not something that I see that will be positive for mankind. I don't see it. If you just look at past movies about these things, and you can see the potential things that could go wrong. And that's only what they've thought about, but it's limitless to things that could go wrong. Limitless. And we must be prepared. Just imagine 10, 15, 20 years down the road when AI is basically taking over everything and all, robots and so on and so forth. It's not that far away. People getting implants in their brain and so on and so forth. The whole diabolical Antichrist AI will be controlling everything. Right? Can I make my voice louder? How's this? Is that better? Let's see here. Did the microphone settings change? Give me 1 sec. Sometimes when you do updates, things get messed around. Where is it? Audio. Microphone. Yeah, it's changed. That should be better now. Not really. Wow. What's going on then? Is it better now? It's almost at full blast. I don't know, it was working good for a while. Now it's loud. All right. Yeah, sometimes you do the updates, the settings change. I don't know why it does that, but computers. We're just talking about AI taking over. Can you imagine? These updates. Yes, I see your last message is better now. Yes. Thank you, Papa. But yeah, so talking about that AI, taking over. I wouldn't want to be controlled by some fictitious computer. The AI has useful merits, the things we can use it for, but I see it getting out of hand, just like every single thing mankind has done. It always ends up, there's some kind of problem. Sometimes it's a massive problem. You build a dam and they create all kinds of problems. This has been going on for many years now, right? When the beavers do it, everything, works perfectly. But when man does it, it's a mess. Trying to make water go in straight lines, instead of the natural sways of water flow. Water doesn't flow in straight lines, and it becomes angry water. You look up Victor Schauberger's work, the water wizard. Was he Austrian or from some parts of Europe? He was a genius. He learned many things just by looking at nature. The water wizard. There's videos about him you can watch about vortexing, and he built spacecrafts, all kinds of stuff. Like man was amazing. Like for growing plants, instead of using steel for the plows, he would use copper and it would not harm the soil like the steel would, the iron. So many, 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 many things the guy did. It's been a while since I read his stuff, but very, very amazing stuff. What we can learn from watching nature. So, fasting, we see it in nature. Animals don't eat, and or drink when they're injured or sick. They either heal or they pass on and move into the other realm. This is the resilient, the strong, resilient survive, or what survive in nature. The strong and the resilient. So we must persevere. We must stay focused. Sip on your juice, take your TNT, do your plasma pudding, clean the bowels, same things over and over. That's all we do. The burnt stick, use it to open up stagnation. You got stagnant shoulders, work into that. Get energy flowing, Get the thyroid, opened up a little bit. A lot of people these days have challenges with the thyroids, right? Lymph nodes, your tonsils, work it in counterclockwise into the kidneys, go nice and deep into the kidneys. Simple things. Pressure points, acupressure points, works better, works beautiful in the acupressure points. Yeah, it's amazing stuff. The simplicity, Choose one of the levels. That's what we suggest. Highly suggest to choose one of the levels. Start on level 2 and Master Fast level 2. Some people, very, very small percent of people have to start on level 1 just for, a few weeks to see how that's going, and then move on to level 2. 95, at least 95% of people or more can start on level 2. And then, once you've done that for a few weeks, feel okay, move to level 3 and, stay on that a little while, and then you can move into level 4. Once you get into level 3, 4, that's where you start seeing changes happening. We need to be basically having more of the fasting state than the eating state, because as the saying goes, eating and healing do not belong in the same sentence. So if we want to continue to eat 7 days a week, okay, well, that's where we're at. Just stay on fruit and take your herbs. This is what some people are advocating, right? That you can heal anything, and we haven't seen that because we've been there, done that. There's some people who will be helped because once you're cutting out all the crap out of your diet, lifestyle, you're going to get improvements for the most part. You're going to get improvements. So, but, we want to see just improvements, or we want to get a massive change. That's what we're looking for, those massive changes that we've seen so many people go through. And to do that, eating needs to be subtracted, the art of subtraction. That's why we call it the art of subtraction, Master Fast system. The dry fasting, lifestyle of less is more. This is what we're doing. We're creating an environment, a self-sustaining environment within our physical, mental, and emotional bodies. And to do that, number 1, we have to take action. Number 2, we have to change the belief system. Change the belief system. We have to start believing it. And the only way we're going to start believing in it is when we start experiencing it. As we start experiencing it, we start believing it. And then we start seeing the massive changes happening. It's not going to happen by just thinking about it. Well, but thinking about it is a good start, because thinking about fasting versus actually fasting, I wonder if that has, if you're in a meditative state and you see yourself fasting, how would that affect us? I'm sure it would help a prayer fasting state because of the experience they did on the basketball team, where they split the team in half practiced every day, the other half sat down, meditative state, practiced in the meditative state in their mind every day. End of 30 days, they tested both halves of the team, and the results were the same. So, if anybody wants to put in that time and effort of getting into your meditative prayer, meditative state, and see yourself fasting, see yourself purging, let us know after 108 days of doing that every single day. Let us know. That would be interesting. That would be something very interesting. I would, without doubt, I would see there would be benefits. Even if the people are eating, there would be benefits. But, to make it easier on the body, I would actually, keep the anything that we're eating to minimal. So being on the Master Fast Hybrid would be ideal in that kind of situation. Like if you're just pigging out on, heavy duty foods, unless your meditative state is in an absolutely hyper-realistic state, and you're able to change matter at will, I don't see much happening. But hey, everything is possible. Everything is possible. Like there's miracles in every sense of the way. We've seen people healing just through prayer. Just through prayers, we've seen people healing. I've shared the story of Supermom a while back. Friend of the family, friend of the family's friend who went into severe lung problem, went into a coma, flatlined, I think, at 2 times. He told a story about jumping into the other side and coming back. But his mother was there, and the doctors completely gave up on him 2 or 3 times. Said there's nothing they can do. His lungs were all white. I don't know, I can't remember exactly the condition, but his mother went every single day. This went on for, from my memory, I think it was at least between 1 to 2 months, if not more. She was there every single day, praying from the time the hospital visiting hours opened till the time the visiting hours closed, every single day. And she was living on cigarettes and coffee herself. And she was praying for her son every day, and he recovered. And he completely recovered. And the doctor says they've never seen anything like it. It's a miracle, blah, 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 blah. So, this stuff is happening all around, but that is the power of prayer. The power of prayer from the mother. That's why I call her Supermom. How many mamas would do that? Every single day, from morning till evening, praying. And if you don't believe in prayer, it's too bad for you. But we met with these people and we discussed the situation and exactly what they did and everything. I just can't remember the timeline, but it was a long time. I'm pretty sure it was more than a month. If not, if I'm mistaken, could have been maybe even 2, 3 months. It was quite a while that this went on, and miracle, miracle, miracle. We just met with him and his mother a couple weeks ago. Amazing. So, don't underestimate and the power of prayer and fasting. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. You know, when one is in that prayer state, there has to be the belief, the faith. You know, you just can't do things for the sake of doing them. But there has to be that faith and belief. So, you know, we can what's the word? Affect the change in the field state so that the physicality will change, because it all comes from the fields. All comes from the fields. This, you know, this body, there was the intent, the thought, and the manifestation. That's how everything is created, you know. This cup, you know, this microphone, this phone, this paper, the desk, the keyboard, computer, everything we see, the trees, the grass, all the plants, the animal kingdom, the sun, the moon, the stars, the sky, the planet. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. All right. With that said, if anybody's got any questions, we'll call it a day then, and let's continue sending divine plasma love always flowing to all those in dire needs out there. Crazy things happening around the world. Crazy stuff. And let's pierce the hearts and souls of the evil ones with plasma love always flowing of divine source, that we may open up their hearts so that they may see what they are doing is not in line with universal laws, divine laws, natural laws, and that they may change their ways. Ciao for now. We'll see you back on the page. See you next call, Wednesday, Facebook Live. And keep living it, keep loving it. The MFS, Art of Subtraction. Get those orders in. Get all your materials. And make it happen. Nobody's going to do it for us. Ciao.